Assalomu alaykum, aziz talabalar va tinglovchilar. Mirzo Ulug'bek nomidagi O'zbekiston Milliy universiteti, Xorijiy filologiya fakulteti, Ingliz filologiyasi kafedrasi, Ph.D. Abdullayeva Nargiza Erkinovna. Fanimizning nomi chet tillarini o'qitishning integrallashgan kursi, 4-kurs, 8-semestr. Mavzuyimiz Focus on Language Skills. Keling endi ruxsatingiz bilan mavzuyimizni tushuntirishni ingliz tilida davom ettirsam. So, what is focusing on language skills in teaching or learning the second language? Why do some English learners struggle with reading and listening? How can we support them in navigating these receptive language skills while learning the second language? Having strong receptive skills provides a solid base for achieving success in the productive skills. Verbal fluency and writing ability are more tangible for learners and teachers alike. On the other hand, both reading and listening involve a great deal of internal mental processing on the part of the student, which can create obstacles when it comes to teaching and assessment, of course. So, due to their inherent nature, listening and reading pose distinct challenges. Verbal language can be difficult to grasp because it disappears immediately after it's spoken, while written language remains on the page to be read at one's own pace and reread if it's necessary. On the other hand, the gestures of the speaker, as well as the tone and intonation of the voice, provide the listener additional information about the speaker's message and opinion as well. Listening involves understanding the meaningful sounds that comprise spoken language. It's the first skill that's developed by a language one learner as an infant from their childhood, Long before speaking his or her first word, a baby has been surrounded by language in the context of daily life. Having such a context is an advantage over the typical classroom environment. As teachers, providing lessons that use props and regalia and are taught using a contextual format is a way to bridge this gap for students. So, in terms of assessment, keep in mind the significant amount of time and language one learner takes to produce accurate language, and do not expect to gauge comprehension on what a new language second or third student can express verbally. Written true-false questions, multiple choice questions, or ticking the word or sentence hurt assessment options that address this issue. So, Professor Vasey cited several during reading tips, including followings: teaching readers to be on their watch to predict what is going to happen next in the text, to be able to integrate and combine what has been read with what is to come. Instructing them to make use of context to guess the meaning of unknown words in a text. Encouraging them to pause at certain points while reading a text to observe, sort out, and internalize the material being read. Post-reading activities not only serve to check comprehension and correct areas of miscomprehension, but they also provide a prime opportunity to engage students' critical thinking skills and lead to deeper analysis of the text and its significance on a larger scope. In the real world, the purpose of reading is not to memorize an author's point of view or to summarize text content, but rather to see into another mind or to mash new information into what one already knows, Professor Wiese said. Perhaps this sounds pretty lofty to the first grade teacher who is trying to convey the difference between long and short vowels. But in the long run, isn't language learning all about expanding an individual's horizons step by step? What do you think? So, my students have criticized me for not jumping in to correct a peer's speaking errors. Yet I believe in getting students to visualize themselves in unstructured activities as soon as possible, long before they have perfected the many sub-skills and nuances of the language. Their willingness to participate depends on them having the courage to speak, which rests largely on feeling unthreatened emotionally. Therefore, when I provide feedback, it is on an individual basis after the exercise is completed, and seldom do I let students correct their classmates, for example, one another's students. Then, another younger student, often negative about school and insecure about her academic abilities, shared how excellent her school days was. She did art, then had to write a report, but it was really easy because all the words were on the board. Then she added proudly that she had used one of the most advanced words in her report, reflecting on what we as teachers want to instill in our students long term should guide us as we plan our language skills lessons. Inspiring pride and joy in the process is a reachable aim. So, all of this for today's lesson. Thank you for your attention. If you have got any question, please feel free to connect me through this email. Thank you again. Goodbye.